Tell me about a couple of your most memorable experiences.
Most memorable experiences. I think the most memorable was when we left France. Was supposed to be connecting up with General Patton to deliver gas for his tanks. And that whole convoy of trucks left France. I don't know what date it was, but the war was still going on. Every time we got to a town in France, it had been almost wiped out by Patton. We never caught him. We didn't catch up to him till we got way in Germany and into I don't know where. We could hear the shooting in the woods, and our leader stopped us. And he said, "We're going to unload the gas here because we didn't have no protection hardly to protect ourselves. All we had our little rifles and no guns on the trucks, which we was promised." We got over there, and we hauled German prisoners once. I did haul them from one camp to another, and we got far as Hamburg, I think, Germany. And that's where we unloaded the gas and came on back. Because we drove mostly nights. Used to rest days doing the drive at night. All we had was a little cat lights on the back of the trucks that you could see. And we heard planes go over a couple of times, but they didn't find us or didn't bother us, so we don't know whether it was American planes or German planes. And we left the gas and came on back to France.
Were you awarded any medals or citations?
Yeah, I got a medal for expert on the rifle, and I think an expert on the machine gun from shooting off the top of a truck at an airplane, one of the target planes that would fly around. I shot at it and knocked it down, which I wasn't supposed to do. They gave me an expert pin for it, which I still have. And we went back to France. Stayed there. I don't know how much longer we stayed there. And they said we was going to the, what do you call it, European theater?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he'd gone to the European theater, so we loaded ship in France, left France and headed for the Philippine Islands. It was on the ship for 23 days, I think. Something like that. I know it was a long trip. And we got far as the Panama Canal, and the war had just ended. But we had a division of nurses that had just got overseas. So they was on the ship with us when we left France. And they said we'd have to stay because we couldn't get off the ship and go back to the United States. So a couple other ships ahead of us turned and came back home, and we had to go through the Panama Canal. And that's where we unloaded in some little place in Philippine Islands. It was a small island, but that's where we stayed most all the time. And we did the same thing, driving trucks. And those big ducks, they used to call them ducks, wheels. They went in the water and on the land too. We drove them for a while over there and used our trucks too at the same time.
And how did you stay in touch with your family?
Letters, mostly all letters, and friends wrote to me. Had some girls writing to me letters. So I was satisfied. I enjoyed it over there. The experience was good. I wasn't scared or nothing. I enjoyed it.
And what was the food like?
Food was very good because we had our own mess sergeant. He cooked all the food for us, even when we was in France. We got to the Philippines, he did the same thing. and the food was just regular United States food, mostly good. I mean, good food it was. Germany used to go out and disappear and come back. The same night we'd have fresh pork chops and everything else. We don't know where he got them, but he found them somewhere, and we ate very good. Ate good and had a nice place. When we was in Germany, we had stayed into like a, I think it was a beer factory. It was vacant. We stayed in there.